Hey guys, what's up? It's Bex with Hidden Currents Divination. Just thought I'd do my second video today, and I thought we'd do something just for fun, kind of just light and like quick, hopefully a little quicker than the last one. So if you look at the thumbnail for this video, I have 3 different decks set out, with each with a stone on top with their number 1, 2, 3. So take a look at that, before you start watching the video, or go back to it if you need to. Pick which one kind of calls to you, and I'm going to do just a quick 3-card spread for each one, just past, present, future. Do a quick little reading and see what we get. So let's do it. I'm going to start with deck or pile 1. It's this guy right here. I had this little stone on top. We're going to shuffle it real well. All of my decks are pretty well shuffled anyway because I use them all the time, but I always like to start with a shuffle because I don't know, I just like it. I think everybody starts with a shuffle though, right? Like that's not a me thing. I'm gonna be honest, I already started this video one time and I was reading the cards wrong. So I had to start over. So here's hoping I can get this one right. I think I was rushing. Mercury enters Aries today, so that's a very yeah, I was going too fast. I wasn't paying attention. So, all right, let's see. Past, present, future. Hopefully, quickly. Hopefully, I'll know my cards this time. We'll see, though. Hey, I'm only human, right? We all are. Okay. Talk to me. This is for whoever picked this deck, whoever picked this pile, whatever they need to hear. Okay. All right. 5 of coins for the past. Present's next. 5 of coins. What is that? I'm a fan of 5s in general. They don't tend to be very easy. But it's in the past, so what is that one? Maybe it'll come to me. Present, 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 present. Wow. Wow. Ooh. 2 of blades or swords for the present. One more. Future. That's not the 5, that's the 4. I did it again. I'm misreading my cards. That was a 4. That's what I did with my last video too. But at least I realized it before I started the reading this time. That's a 4. Okay, I know that one, I think. Yeah, I do. I know that one. Oh, there it is. It's kind of a swords heavy. Okay, that's a 9. Oh, this is a little rough. Pile 1. This is and this, this deck was one of my first ones. I use it a lot. We vibe, and it's usually it's gentle. It's sort of a gentle truth teller. So whenever I get something that's out of this one, I'm like, okay, it's really that's honest. Okay, so in the past position, we have 4. I could just count them. I don't know why I thought that was a 5. It's 4 coins, which to me is clinging, right? It's holding on too tightly. It's being stingy. It's, there's a fear of, it's scarcity thinking, you know what I mean? You're I have to hold on. I have to sometimes that is money, like you're miserly, you don't want to spend because you're afraid to be broke, you're afraid to be poor, you don't want to let go of those things because you're scared that you won't have enough to go around. Not always money though with coins. Sometimes it's other resources that we have. It's time, attention, love, you know. It could be, actually, for me, I get coins a lot in love readings, which is, I never really understood that, but that's just kind of how it works for me, I guess. Maybe it's because it's like earth, like, I don't know. I mean, you get what I'm saying, like earthly things, like sensuality and pleasure sometimes for me is tied to this, which is totally a love thing, right? But when we cling to things too tightly, like, everyone suffers. We do, and other people do. Like, when we do the opposite of that, when we can be generous, things kind of come back to us, right? So in the past, maybe you were kind of feeling sort of like very, like, things were scarce. Like, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money. I am like, it's kind of like a selfish vibe, but it's stemming from fear of loss, scarcity, not having enough. Somebody somewhere was really like, hold on loosely, you know what I mean? like that's where we're coming from with this one. And presently it's kind of, we're at a crossroads here. Two of Swords is all about indecision, especially because Swords is air, which is all about, what do you think? I don't know. What do you think? Like, I don't know what I think. It's thoughts and communication and all of those very air sign things, you know? And when you have the two, like, I don't know if I'm coming or going. That's kind of what I'm feeling here for this one. Somebody doesn't know whether they're coming or going. They don't know what they want to do. They can't see, you can't see the big picture. It's just like, it's stagnancy. It's being stuck. And sometimes with this card too, I feel like just because of the imagery on it, there's like a defensive quality to that too, which also sort of stems from fear, sort of like I was talking about with this past position. Like, you're afraid to let go, you're afraid to move forward, you can't go back. It's I don't know what to do. I don't even know what I want to do. Very, very indecisive with Two of Swords. So that could be what you're feeling right now. You're very like, I just have no idea. I have no idea. And then the future, I'm so sorry. That's the 9. That's the 9, which is all about anxiety, which, you know, it kind of makes sense with all of the other things that we've been going through, right? Like clinging and being afraid to be generous because we're afraid that we won't get that back, or what's left for me, and I have no idea what I even want, and that gives me a lot of anxiety. Your head count, it's hang in there. But a lot of this, look at all these swords. That's all about your mind, your mental state, your perception, and do not underestimate the power of your perception to create your reality. Like, when you sort of have an idea about how a thing's going to go, it's probably going to go that way, right? If you're looking for all the ways that you don't have enough, and, you know, you're sort of contributing to your own confusion by doubting yourself or doubting the other person in whatever situation you're in, or doubting that the universe is going to supply you with what you need, then you're just full of anxiety, and it's heavy. Look at all those swords. Like, that is a lot to bear. I think I might pull one more card for advice, because this is just so much. And you know what? Like, we all have times like this where maybe we're not at our best, we're struggling, and I know it's super hard. And this is definitely not like the message that I wanted to deliver. But just know that you're okay, and it's kind of just part of the normal human experience, unfortunately. Let's get an advice card. Let's see if there's kind of piece of advice we have. I was trying to keep this video short and I'm already at 10 minutes, so it's gonna be another long one, I think. I just like to talk. Sorry. Advice. Let's get an advice card. Like, what if I go back and I watch this video and I pick this pile? I need advice. The Hanged Man. This is actually really solid advice. I really love the Hanged Man, partially because it's a Piscean card, and I'm a Pisces. Hey. Hang in there, honestly. Also, part of the Hanged Man, this is kind of an unusual representation of this for me, because if you look at Hanged Man in like Rider Waite, Hanged Man's upside down. He's hanging like by his ankle, and they look very at peace. Like, it's very obvious that they're sort of there willingly. This one, not so much. But Hanged Man really is there because they want to be. And part of that is, it's like surrendering. Like, this is where I'm at right now. There's nothing I can do about that. I have to meet myself here. And I really have to kind of go within and surrender to the things that I can't change, right? Because there's really not a lot that's actually under our control when we think about it. So being able to just be still and be with yourself and meet yourself where you're at, like, that's actually very powerful. And surrendering it's not like waving a white flag to the universe and being like, I give up. It's just acceptance of what is. And sometimes, that includes the hard stuff too. Just be still and know that you're going to be okay. You have you, and that's the most important thing. And, let's see what the other piles have to say. Sometimes I pick multiple piles. It's okay if you do. All right. Let's do pile number 2. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that. That's the garage door opening in my house. Awesome. All right, pile 2. We have this nice little, it's an amethyst, actually. And that's my newest deck. This guy right here. Very excited. Let's see. Hopefully, I hope all the messages aren't like that last one. I'm so sorry. This deck is new. This is very hard to shuffle. So I might just like kind of half-ass it. Sorry. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good enough, I think. Let's just. All right. Past, present, future. Whoever needs to hear it. Whoever picked pile 2, deck 2. Let's see what we got. You can tell I'm nervous. New decks are always like, they're so kind of slippery, It can be hard. That counts. Oh, we got 2. I'll wait till the third one to show you. There it is. What we get? What we got? What? Okay, this is like the love pile. Woo. All right. Here's what we got. Past was 4 of Cups. What's up with the 4s? 4 of Cups to me is like stubbornness. you know, like refusing to see what's right in front of your face. You know, like maybe the universe is really throwing it at you and you're just like, no, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm not. Also, like, yeah, there's an element of like not being in reality. Like maybe you're lost in a daydream, so you're not seeing what's right here, you know, or you're stuck in a stubborn place and you're like, nope, I'm not. So for the past, maybe like recently, you've been feeling kind of stuck. Like you're being very stubborn, dragging your heels in the mud, you know, and it's definitely like, look, we got the cups and then we got the hearts. Like this is related to a relationship, a connection, a friendship, love of all forms. We're feeling like somebody's feeling like just stubborn, not being flexible. And then the present is it Hierophant or Hierophant? I think it's Hierophant, right? And Hierophant's all about what's the word I'm looking for? Being traditional, right? Doing things the way they've always been done. Very kind of like conservative. And also sort of about commitment and leading, right? With the Hierophant, there's an element of like somebody's looking to somebody to lead, right? Like, show me how this is going to go. So maybe this is you. Maybe this is whoever you're thinking of while I'm talking about this. Sometimes it's like age difference stuff, you know, like a power dynamic with the Hierophant. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody is the Hierophant in this situation. Like some in that, how that resonates for you is kind of up to you. But there's also an element of like, and this is presently. So maybe somebody has come out of this sort of stubborn energy and they're feeling a little bit clearer about the commitments that they're willing to make. And commitment can be anything. I'm not talking about like necessarily like, let's move in together, let's be boyfriend, girlfriend, let's get married, but like committing to someone or something that's very meaningful. And that can happen in a lot of different ways. And that can be like, you know, maybe this isn't a love thing for you necessarily. Maybe this is like starting something together with somebody who, you know, is important to you, or the thing that you want to build is very important. Yeah. This to me is like, it feels like realizing that you want those things and who you want to do them with, and the ways in which you want to do them, because you can customize all of that, right? Like that's up to you. But in the future, Knight of Cups. Let's see what I said about this being the love pile. Like, ooh. Like I said, I know I just said it's not always about love, like romantic love, you know, but it's, look at all this cups, and yeah. Knights are about like action and movement and getting stuff done. Knights are coming forward with the thing. So somebody, you, them, the verse, whatever, somebody's coming forward to like make this thing happen. I have this, here's what I have on offer, and I want to give it to you. Don't be stubborn. You should take it if you want it. I like it. Forward movement, which is nice, especially if you've been feeling stuck. Should we, I mean, I took an advice card for the last one, so let's do it for this one too, right? Okay. Advice for pile 2. Let's see if I can get a good shuffle out of this. I'm just not capable of making short videos, guys. It's not possible for me. I'll work on it. Okay, advice for pile 2. Card of advice. If you watch my Facebook page, like I made a post about this deck because I was very excited to get it because I backed it on Kickstarter, and I got a dice set too, like tarot dice. And I've really been thinking about how I can do a video with those, but I need to play with those some more. But that would be fun. Maybe I could do like a live or something. We could just play with dice. That would be fun. If you have any ideas, like comment, let me know, because I'm open to suggestions for sure. Why? Advice, please? Please? Can I get one? Oh. The tower? Okay, here's what I got though. Whatever you're building, make sure it's sturdy. Like, you have this Hierophant, like, sometimes what you want isn't what you need. Take your time. Because if you don't have a solid foundation, that shit is going to crumble. There's no need to rush. You have all the time in the world. That's what I got. It's okay to take things slow with whatever you're doing. Okay? You have time. Don't rush it. All right, last one. Pile 3. Pile 3. Right or wait. Let's see. Let's see. See what we got. And like I said, like, if you felt called for multiple decks, that's totally fine. You know, like maybe, you know, you wanted to do 1 and 3 or 2 and 3. You know, like whatever. Just sometimes if I watch tarot videos for fun all the time, you know, and like if I don't even know what pile I want, I'll just listen to them all and be like, oh yeah, that one's for me. Like, you know, use your own intuition, because everybody has intuition. It just works in different ways for everybody. And that's okay. There's no rules. Sometimes I don't even know what I need to hear until I need to hear it. You know? I don't know if that makes sense. In my head it did. Okay. Past, present, future. Last one. And this is like, I didn't set like a timeline for this. So if you come across this at any point and you want to watch it, come back to it, pick a different pile, whatever, do it. Do that. You know? Past. Whoa. That one was like, me, pick me. Present. Really? Isn't that funny that I said pile 1 and 3? Future. See what I'm saying about how this depiction of Hangman is a lot more peaceful. You kind of get what I'm saying here. That's funny. All right. Past energy. Page of Swords. Pages for me always have an element of like immaturity. I mean, it's a page. It's not a knight or a queen or a king. It's a youth, right? So this page always feels sort of defensive and standoffish. But it's like kind of showy at the same time. Like, come at me, bro. That's what I get with Page of Swords. You know what I mean? So maybe we're recently have been sort of feeling that way, like bracing for conflict, maybe even looking for conflict, sort of like being really defensive, but almost hoping that it, like, you know, hoping that some shit will get started because you're ready. Like, you're ready to watch me, you know, I'll show you. Which everybody gets that way sometimes. It's just sometimes how it goes. Especially like if we're feeling hurt. Sometimes like Page of Swords shows up when we're feeling weak or wounded, and we want to kind of, in like the way that a child does, we want to like hurt somebody back, or we want to like be defensive and be like, I'll show you how strong I can be, like a teenager, you know, playing a game. Yeah. And like it has a very kind of turbulent energy to it, doesn't it? Like this flock of birds is like, they look like something almost kind of startled them. They like went, whew, and like the wind is like blowing, and even I know that they're on solid ground, but it almost looks sort of wavy, right? Like it doesn't look stable. And again, it's air, so this is all about what you're thinking, right? It's up here. It's not really coming. Sometimes we can get in our own heads and overanalyze things, and that makes us want to be very like defensive or hyper vigilant or overcautious, and occasionally like really too detached. So that could be kind of what's been going on for you lately. But interestingly enough, presently sort of moved into Knight of Wands energy. So the Knight's a little more mature, you know, aged up a little bit, and Wands is passion, fire, right? Ambition. like Knight of Wands is, it's like I said, somebody's coming in, moving towards something. There's movement. It's like, all right, I'm done. I threw my fit. I had my tantrum. I'm done now. Now it's like, it's still fiery though. So it could be like, impatient. I feel like it's like impatience. It's like, all right, let's just do it. Let go. So maybe you or somebody in your life, or just a situation in your life is gonna get moving again. So where we kind of have been like, maybe a little standoffish, maybe a little like getting ready to do the thing. Yeah. Which is interesting because for the future, the Hangman, which I said before was sort of about being still, right? And surrendering. Because like, look at the illumination that comes when we can be still for a minute. So maybe like we've been sort of, something's been going on that's had us on edge, seeking conflict, right? But a peaceful resolution comes where we can just be like, okay, like it is what it is. That's fine. All good. Like that's what I feel from this. Like, and sometimes we have to go through those things. We have to do the Page and the Knight before we can reach this sort of meditative, peaceful place within ourselves, with each other, in our relationships, whatever. Like ups and downs, it's all just kind of part of life. Let's do advice card. Let's see. And it was kind of similar to pile one, wasn't it? A little bit. But like, it says to me like, you take the good with the bad, you know, and that's just, it's all cycles, isn't it? Like ups and downs, and sometimes things are really great and sometimes things are really rough, but it all comes back around eventually, right? That's not always easy or nice, but it's interesting that in that pile we have air, fire, and then water. Advice card. That's a lot of like really masculine energy. Like, and I know that like masculine and feminine are loaded words. You know, the ideas that we all have about what those things mean. But it's all very like, yeah. Device card. It feels very determined. If that makes sense. Somebody is very determined. Like, this is the way that I want it, and I'm not going to stop until I get it. It's kind of how I feel. So that could be you. That could be whoever comes to mind when I say that. And that's not necessarily like a bad thing. You know, being clear on what you want or what you need isn't always bad unless you're coming from like an ego place, right? Like petty shit. Advice for this is like, don't get caught up in, pick your battles. Like, you don't have to go waving your big stick around making a show. Like, don't get caught up in that. Like, battle of wills, right? Like, I want this, you want this, one of us has to win. It doesn't have to work like that. Like, you can compromise, you can discuss things, you can meet in the middle. Don't get caught up in this kind of 5 of Swords competition just for its own sake energy, because that's not, a lot of times that's not constructive. That's what I got. If you like this, if any of this resonated for you, definitely let me know. Tell me if you want to see more stuff like this or something different. And I know I talked about the tarot dice thing, so if you saw that post on Facebook, give me ideas on what we should do with that. Maybe we could play with that, have some fun somehow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.